Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video. As you can see, I have two 6x12 pocket pages here. These are photos from Vegas. These are actually from inside the Wynn Hotel, W-Y-N-N if you've never been there. And I have my photos picked out. I also have this card picked out, so I'm hoping that it works once I start putting stuff together. We'll see. And when I look at this, I'm a little stumped as to what to do, because when we were in here, this was sort of their lobby or main display, but then it moved into their holiday display. And you can see it a little bit here. Here's this part, and then over here starts the poinsettias flanking this little walkway area, and then this little village thing. And the rest of their display was all done with things like this. It was very sort of Gulliver's Travel / Lord of the Rings, that kind of a thing. It was just these little village scenes, which are cool. But I don't know how that goes with this. So it's giving me a challenge on how am I going to put this all together. Now, the next layout, I think, will be more focused on this stuff close up, so it'll get its due. So for this part, I really want to focus on more of this circusy type theme and go with the colors that are in here, like this turquoise or aqua here, the orange, green down here. I mean, these are kind of weird colors to put together in a way, but not. I'm excited because they're very bright, which I think will be fun, but I'm just not sure how to pull that all together, including with whatever background I use over here. So it looks like maybe this won't take a lot, but I'm just not sure because I don't know what direction I want to take. In looking at these photos, I find that the yellow is very muted. It's sort of pushed to the background in terms of the other bright colors, but it's there. And so I'm wondering if I should pull that out a bit, since I have a lot of orange happening. There's plenty of bright blue poking through in all of these. So I have pulled out some 6x12 yellow options that I have, and I'm just going to look through there. I'll hold the picture up to it here, the photo. By the way, this is a 6x9 from MPix, so, and it has a metallic finish. So if you like the way that looks, that's how you can get that look. But I'm just going to hold it up to all these different papers and see if I like any of them. I think I've decided to go just with this piece of textured, it's kind of got a linen texture, yellow cardstock here. It's very bright, but I think if I work in yellow elements over here, it will be okay. And I do have some yellow things in my envelope left of things that I pulled for Vegas. So I'm hoping there's something in there that will match well enough, but I'm going to dump it all out and see what I find. I have found a couple of things so far. Actually, a lot of the yellow things that were in here were too big. Like you can see here, way too big. The scale doesn't work for what I've got going. And then these three are yellow, but they don't really work with what I want, so they're out. But I have these three little things which I could work in. They're not a perfect match to the yellow that's over here, but that's actually okay. I like the hues to be a little different. It pops more. I do have this one, which is probably the closest, which I could just stamp on or layer it in some way. So I'm keeping that one over there. I like the way it looks against the card. But I have these three that I can stamp on, embellish, do something with. I also found this. I went through my phrases because I thought I had one that was in yellow that might work for this. I don't, but I found this one, which is actually a good match for the orange. I think it's not perfect, but it's close, like when you look down here. I may use that on this side for a title in some way. I'm not sure, but I'm going to keep it over here just in case. I'm also going to go into my stickers and other embellishments to see if I can find something else yellow that would be better suited for over here. I don't know that I even have anything, but I'm willing to try. All right, I did find a couple of things here that might work. I like this sticker down here that says priority 1. I could maybe just put a star or a heart or something in there because this was one of my favorite displays that we saw, so I figured the priority 1 works for that. And then on this side, I like this one that says happy heart. Even the font in there will match the other photos, so it would be appropriate. In here, I liked this one that just says beauty because I did find this beautiful, and it's in yellow, which is kind of perfect. I also like this one that says authentic. I like this a little better just because it's a pennant than this, but I won't say no to either one yet. And then in here, in this pack of stickers, I like this one that says happiness found. I really like that because it did bring me joy just to look at it. So I have some good choices here, I think. So I'm just going to play around with what I have and see what happens. I discovered something here with some of my stickers. See that little oval? This is an oval. This will fit perfectly over that. So it was like it was meant to be. So I'm going to use that. But then I also noticed on these stickers, there's this one that says evidence. So I'm going to use happy heart and then evidence probably underneath it or somewhere under this trip documented part, because I want to write about why I had a happy heart, why it made me happy to see it, and look at the color like with this in the floor. That's pretty close for those greens. So I think I definitely want to use both of those. I found something else. On this same sheet of stickers down here, they have these little circular elements. This one actually says the, and it matches the bluish color in the ceiling here. So I think I'm going to use it. So now I have trip documented, happy heart, the evidence, and then I can journal down here. So it brings in several of the colors that I want, makes it a little funky, and this is definitely funky. So I'm really happy with that. So now I just have to figure out, do I want something up here? I feel like this is kind of dead space. It's a blank up here, and I need something to offset these. So I'll have to pick out something from what I have to put up here. I decided to use the sticker that said happiness found in yellow to bring in more of that on this side. So I think this side is actually done other than my journaling. I may or may not choose to circle the day up here. It depends. I think I won't decide that until after I journal to see how it all looks. I may just leave it as is, who knows, but at least I can put all of these back in the pockets. For some reason, this particular puffy sticker did not want to stick. These are from the same set. And this one seems fine, but for whatever reason, this one, the tacky stuff on the back was not good. So I actually had to put some liquid glue on it and press it down. So as soon as that is totally dry, then I'll put it in the pocket. When I was about ready to work on this photo, I realized I must have trimmed it beforehand at some point, knowing that I would want a background or something, because it's not a true 6 inches across. I measured it because I thought, well, maybe I cut this wrong and it's too big. No, this is 6 across. So I trimmed this at some point. I just don't remember. But I like that because I think I'm just going to cut this down and give it a white background, slightly above, slightly below, and then side to side. So really all you're going to see peeking out of the yellow is this, which I'm totally okay with, given that it's very bright. There's a lot of it. That will help soften it and tone it down a bit, and I think it will help it match better both sides. I think I have decided somewhat on a plan here. So I have all this ready to go. I actually decided to take the photo and trim it down to 8.5 inches rather than 9, because I want a little bit of extra space here. So I made this 6 by 9, which the photo would have been, and this 6 by 8.5. And I think what I want to do is pretty much center this, maybe give a little less space at the top than at the bottom, and then take my acrylic title and do something like this where I overlap it. And that's why I wanted more of the white to show through, because otherwise I feel like it's going to get lost in all the color and the pattern of the leaves and everything. So I think this is a better way to go, with a little bit of that showing. And then I could do some embellishments here or something, or even down here, I'm not sure, but at least it gives a little bit more definition with that extra white space. All right, so I have all of that adhered, but I wanted to show the acrylic piece just for a second here. This is from Colorcast Designs. They do a monthly subscription, or you can just buy from the website at any time. And I got the monthly kit for a while. I've now put it on hold because I just get so many of these and I can't get through them fast enough. So I love them, but it just takes me a long time to go through them. So if you like the look of these, you have a choice. You can monthly subscribe or not. Either way works. And I just want to show on the back, it does come with this covering. You do need to peel that off. This is not, it doesn't have adhesive on it. That's not what this is for. It's just to protect the back of it. But you will need to peel that off, and then you can use liquid glue, and that's how you attach it. All right, so I have glued down the acrylic piece. That is drying, and it won't take a long time to dry, but I'm going to leave it alone for now. And I wanted to focus on what I'm going to do up top. And I pulled out this same sticker sheet. This is my savior, apparently, for this layout, because it says love this, and it's in a color that matches over here pretty well. So I feel like that's the one to go with. So I think I'm going to take that and put it up here at the top somehow. And then it's relatively close to this. It's still in that peach orange family. So I think I need something else. I need a little cluster up there. So I'm not sure what else is going to go with this, but that's where I'm going to start. All right, so I decided to go with this configuration so far, and that pennant puffy sticker was also from this sheet. It was up here. So now I just need a third little thing there, and I can't decide if I want white or maybe green because there's so much green happening and it would offset what's down here to have something up here. I just don't know what that is yet, so I'm going to go off camera and look for that. But I did want to point out that this sticker sheet I've been using is from Citrus Twist. So if you like it, want to find it, it might still be available. I'm not sure, but go ahead and check it out. I did find a few green options, but because this is a little bit of an odd green, these colors, I wanted to try to match that as closely as possible. And I don't have anything that's perfect, but I do have these. I think it's an okay enough match between that and this. So I think I'm going to take one of those and just add it to the cluster up here, and then it might be done. This sticker ended up having the same problem as that one, where I actually had to glue it down because it was popping off and not sticking to the paper. Maybe it's because this is textured, I'm not sure. But I did put some liquid glue on there. Now it seems to be sticking much better. And I actually ended up moving it down just a little bit so that these were closer together. And I'm really happy with that. And so I think this one is done. I thought about maybe doing some splattering on there, but now I think I'm not going to. I think I'm just going to leave it alone. I can always go back, change my mind if I want to, but for the most part, I think this one is done. So here's another one finished for Vegas. Thanks for watching.